Welcome everyone, as always, to the Top Coordination Show Edition 8. As always, this is a space that we created, by the community members for the community members to get to know our members and share their experiences and their knowledge and learn from their journey and see what we can do. Maybe we can find some useful tips or pieces of advice that we can implement in our lifestyle, in our journeys, in our career and technical pursuits. So me, I'm Luis. I'm Maestro, known as Maestro in the community, your humble server today. But our star, our guest, our honorable and distinguished guest that comes from Ukraine, he's Maxceem, and I hope I'm pronouncing his name right this
Yeah,
time.
that's right.
And he comes from Ukraine. He has a understanding and interesting journey becoming a co-pilot in his first less than a year of joining the community. He's also an MVP. He has been in one TCO 2018. And something that strikes me as something that I find very familiar with him is his passion for traveling and living in different places. And today I hope we can find out how he got into this lifestyle and also his journey in Topcoder. And just as a reminder, this is a AMA format. Ask me anything. So I have been collecting questions throughout the weeks for him, and we have really interesting questions for him. And what I'm going to do is the first 20 minutes, I'm just going to talk we're just going to talk. And then in the last 30 minutes of the session, I'm going to ask him the questions that you guys ask in the form. But if you didn't have the chance to fill up your questions in the form, remember that there's a button here in Zoom. It's called Q&A. You can click it, and then you can start typing your questions. And by the end of the interview, I will ask the questions for him. And yes, as I said, we have Maxceem. Man, how are you today?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. And you?
I'm very good, thank you. Just took a shower finally, and ready to.
Yeah, you have a very nice haircut.
Thanks. The first person who says that, because it takes a lot of effort to keep it that way. And yeah. So man, that right off the bat, something that strikes me super interesting about your lifestyle is the way, as I have read and talked to you about being a freelancer since early in your career, and also embracing traveling and living in different places. And I'm curious to know what you can tell us about this combination, how it started, and how you feel about it.
That starts like there was no purpose. First, with my friend, we tried to make sites for some people, trying to make websites, and we were trying to make like our studio.
Okay.
But first we just said to all the people we know, and some of them asked us to make websites for them. But after we tell all the people and we make websites to all the people we know, our clients stopped and we have to find some way like how to make money. Yeah. And this is how we learn about freelance. So I started freelancing and find out that on freelancing I can make more than making websites for local people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can say that it stemmed out of necessity. I mean, you were just trying to find ways to make money, and then you found your way through freelancing. And when did traveling came into this formula of your life, like living in different places?
That also connected with freelance. Once I found like one customer, and we were working with him for a long period of time, and actually he became like my main customer, and I can say that I become just part of his team. And once he just went to Thailand with his family for some time, and then he said, hey, here is cool, come here like for some time. And that's how I first time moved out from Ukraine, because until there I didn't go anywhere. So I just came to Thailand where he was staying, and that was awesome. And this is how I start liking it and realized that I can do that.
It's interesting. It's interesting that you discovered freelancing, and yet And, you know, you spend some time, you still spend some time in Ukraine working from your home, I suppose. And to me,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
interesting that like how long it takes to realize that there's this you know, movement freedom or geographical freedom once you start freelancing. And I said this because to me it took me like, I don't know, 5 years to realize that I could do such thing. And yeah, I can see that it was some sort of things like going with the flow. You didn't kind of were planning to do it, and
Yeah.
yeah, and that and I guess that's how it happened. So I guess that Thailand was your first destination. But which other places have you lived and also been while you were doing freelancing?
Actually, not much. When I came back, I wanted to repeat this my experience, but because moving around the world was like a bit too expensive at that
Yeah.
time. Yeah, so I just with my friend we bought a car and just started moving around Ukraine. So we like just starting like move to another city, live there for a few months, then move to another city, and so on and so on. So first of all, like I come back to Ukraine, but started moving here because I
Yeah.
realized like
Hmm.
it's also cool.
Yeah.
And then I think like the next big destination was Bali in Indonesia,
uh,
where I spent like almost 6 years until
wow. Six
yeah,
years in paradise.
yeah. And actually, this was again this exactly the same friend who invited me to
uh,
Thailand. Yeah, I wanted to go somewhere, and he said like, "Hey, come to Bali." At that time, he was in Bali, so again, he was the one who like helped me to make decision.
oh yeah, but you were I guess that you were not planning to stay there for 6 years, right?
Yeah, not at all. I came here there just for 2 months. I have my initial visa,
uh,
so my initial plan was like because it was cold here, I just wanted to go where it's like summer and ocean. So my initial plan was for 2 months, and then I just extended a bit,
okay.
and
And if I may ask, what influenced? I mean, what made you change your mind or make this decision of staying longer than 2 months?
uh, actually, just because I enjoy it there
Mm, yeah.
generally. Yeah, and but the second thing I think which played a big role, it happens again like occasionally
Mm,
because I do social dancing. It's like
uh,
when you come to party and dance with other people, and some friends start and ask me, "Hey, teach me dance, teach me please also dance like that." And we just with my friend we just propose, "Hey, okay, let's not now, but let's just at some time we will teach you." And occasionally like it happened that we started salsa school there in Bali.
oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, and I think that played the biggest role because we found so many friends, so we
Mm,
created so big community. That's why it became like a lot of fun to stay there.
wow. Yeah, and to give a little more of context to all of our viewers here, um, there's an interview of Maxime, and I read this in advance that he's an avid dancer of salsa, bachata, kizomba. Who knows what else this man can dance, which makes me a little bit embarrassed to admit that me being coming from a Caribbean country don't know how to dance these dances. Well, not as well as he does, but yeah, he has this background and I guess that it helps meeting people when you're going to these places to do social dances. And yeah, it's super interesting how you ended up creating a dancing school there in Bali.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I hope I can visit one day again and go there and learn finally uh, how to dance it right. So yeah, that's super interesting. And I know that we have a lot of members here from Indonesia. I guess that you are aware of it. And just to like to nudge them a little bit, I just curious to know what you like the most about Bali or Indonesia. If you went to other places in the country, what did you like the most in there?
I spent like 99% in Bali, so I
Okay.
cannot say about other places. Like I'm
Okay.
visited them like a bit by like a tourist, but it's not, it's different, so I cannot say much.
Yeah.
About Bali, there are like few things I like there. First of all, the weather. I mean, in comparison, in Ukraine, we have good weather like 3 months a year. Like we have summer, warm, and then it's become autumn and weather become like like I don't know, like a bit dark, not so much
Yeah.
sun, and it's like not so nice. And in Bali, it's like whole year. It's like climate control. I mean, like same temperature, same comfort, and that's very nice.
Summer all the
And
year.
yeah, and the second of all, it's very beautiful. I mean, Indonesia, it's very beautiful country, and Bali in particular, because when you're moving around, even like when you drive your bike and you look around, it's already like you enjoy it a lot because like the view is just amazing.
Wow, yeah.
That's the second thing, and the last thing is at Bali, like it appears to gather some so interesting people all around the world. So I mean, like the community there, I really like it. I mean, what people I met there, that's really cool and interesting.
Yeah, I guess that you must miss them somehow. Now that you're in Ukraine, are you waiting for to go there again?
We'll see. I'm quite enjoy here for some time. Yeah, because changing seasons also looks interesting. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's okay. It's like I was talking to Sergey a few episodes ago, and yeah, he said that there was something good also about these changes, and about the way he rediscovered traveling just by driving 1 hour from his place, and rediscovering these places that he never thought had something unique to exhibit or to enjoy from. And that's also interesting. I mean, adapting to the change and trying to see how we can take profit from it, or just enjoy it wherever you are. And yeah, that's very wise. And well, and the other side of the no, this, because it sounds very good, you're traveling, living in places, and the other side of it is that we have to create income and support this income to support this lifestyle. And there, I guess that with that there come challenges, because when you are surrounded by nature, such a beautiful things, and greenery, and the beach, there may be, I don't know, distractions or some challenges. And to you, what were, I mean, the challenges of working and also traveling in this period of your life?
First, when I just came to Bali, everything seems to me like much more expensive than in Ukraine.
Really?
And yeah.
Oh wow,
I mean, because I think in Ukraine I live like local, and in Bali first time I come like a tourist, and for tourists, like you don't know where to buy cheap, you don't know how to live there yet, and
yeah.
that's why everything is much more expensive. So I didn't know if I can stay there for a long time. So first period of time, I just eat like the cheapest food we could find. I think even maybe not all locals eat at that place. And but then I realized and relaxed a bit, that I can still stay there, like just finding good places. And also I think because when I travel, I don't like travel like weekly. Yeah, I stay, I just move somewhere and stay there for some long time.
Yeah.
So then I just it becomes kind of my new home. So that's why once I settle down, I don't have that much expenses. I already like learn how to live a bit like a local. So that's why it's become like moderate for expenses.
Yeah, I guess that involves going to doing groceries in the supermarkets instead of going to eating out every night, every lunch, so you have to kind of live like a local. So otherwise, yeah, you're gonna spill out all of your hard-earned money in less time. And during this time, were you I know that we are a Topcoder here, but it's okay if you, I mean, if you had all the customers outside of Topcoder, it's okay. But were you, what kind of projects were you working on, you know, to support your lifestyle for ecom? Was it Topcoder or something else?
When I came to Bali, I didn't use Topcoder yet.
Yeah.
And I was part of the team, of small team. So, and like we created websites, we like just supported websites for some customers, but it went down, and because of it was a customer from Russia, and there was like crisis and Russian money go down, so my income just cut.
Yeah.
And after some time, I just realized that like it's not enough. I'm burning my savings because my income wasn't enough to stay in Bali. Actually, yeah. So, and I started to think like what to do, where to find new income. So, and then I tried not from the first attempt, from the third attempt, I tried Topcoder, and I realized that it could work. And first I tried, but I moved like maybe like half of a year after I tried, when I understand that like, okay, I have 1 more month, and if I don't make income, I have to come back to my country, to my home parents, because I have money for 1 month, and I understood that I cannot stay with my team anymore. So I have to quit with them. And I went full time to Topcoder. It was risk because I didn't know if it would work, but I was lucky that it worked.
Wow, that was a risky leap, we would say, to jump right away into something uncertain that you didn't know it wasn't going to work. And how did you find out, I mean, that Topcoder existed?
Because I've been working as a sole freelancer like for a long time, I was very curious, like, am I good or no? Because like I didn't have any people, anyone to compare to. So I didn't know like my level. So I started looking for some competitions online just to compete with other people and to know like what is my level, where am I? And first I found some place where you have to like create algorithm for online game. I mean, like there is a small game and you have to write code, and then your code compete with other people and you can win. And they have like small prizes, like maybe t-shirts or something like that. And then I think like, oh, if they have t-shirts, maybe there are other competitions which have better prizes. So I not only compete just for fun, but maybe they also have interesting prizes, so I can gain something more, not just fun. And this is how I found Topcoder. So I saw, oh, there are some competitions where you even can earn money. I mean, I found out challenges. Yeah, but first I didn't believe it. I was very skeptical.
What didn't you believe? I mean, like you could.
Yeah, I mean, like it just like because prizes were like quite good. I mean, and like because in all the other places, prices were like shorts, you know, like maybe small toys, and there was like prizes maybe like $1,000, $2,000. I was like, really? Like you're going to pay for that? So I was very skeptical. Yeah. And first time I submit for first to finish challenge and I didn't get any reply. I was like, okay, yeah, that doesn't work, because I didn't know how it works. I didn't get any feedback. So I think, okay, that's some strange thing.
Oh yeah. So I guess that it took you some time to start, I mean, winning challenges, right?
Yeah.
And let's say, do you remember how long it took you? I mean, how many competitions you had to try to start earning money there?
Actually, that's funny. I think it was like third one, because first one was first to finish, where I submitted, but it was already 1 week. So actually there was no chance, but I didn't know. And second one, I came back maybe after half of a year. I come back again. And this time I took some UE prototype challenge, because actually I was quite good in this topic, and I lost again. This time I got feedback, and I understood that like how people review is not how I used to think. Because like when I just work with my small team, I have big freedom. I mean, like I could change something a bit, like make some improvements on my test, on my taste, how I think is best. But here you cannot make changes. You have to make as per specification. So I failed.
Oh yeah.
And the third time I came maybe 3 months later, when I just wanted to learn React. I just was curious. Like I didn't know it at the time and I wanted to learn it. And I just took some challenge where I was React. So I read documentation and participate. And I think like in one or second challenge, I won.
Oh, that is great. So we could say that maybe the framing changed for the third time, as that you came to learn instead of, you wanted to earn money, but I guess that there was also the additional ingredient of learning that, let's say maybe it reduces the expectations of the importance, let's say the importance of earning money, and then just let's say you could, I don't know, somehow stay longer.
Because if you just want, like, if you are not yet good at it and you just want to get money and you didn't get, it's like big frustration because like it was the only aim. You spend 5 days, but if you spend 5 days for learning, then getting money is like bonus.
I know the feeling, and it feels great. And it's curious that you mentioned too that when you competed in this prototype challenge, you received feedback. What do you mean by that? And was it like Copilot feedback or something else?
No, like review. I mean, I received review in scorecard, and I saw why reviewers score down for my work. And I see that they score down. For example, I implemented, maybe there are buttons and there was no hover state in design. So I just used some color to make hover because I was thinking like, it's good to have hover. So I just edit it from myself, but they say, no, you have to follow like design. You cannot do how you like.
Oh, well, you already had a background with HTML, CSS and stuff. I guess when you turn into React, it was somehow easier. And I think I suspect that was by 2017 or something, right? Like you were trying Topcoder.
I cannot remember now.
Because then you qualified to TCO 18. I remember, and I guess that should have happened.
I think yes. Maybe.
Maybe.
Because I at first I tried, before I started Topcoder full time, I tried it like almost a year ago. I think like before I started Topcoder full time, like I started it trying like 1 or 1.5 year prior to that.
Oh man, that is very interesting. You were searching for alternatives to generate more income. Then you found that there were competitions and that you could learn, and then here you are still with us. Luckily, lucky to have you on the team, because I heard that, I mean, I haven't had the chance or the honor to work with you yet, but I heard that your work is high quality, and this is something on this technical side that makes me wonder. I mean, to have this reputation, you must be good at it, and it's known that in technology and in development, there are the technologies fleeting. I mean, every second, like new tools, new languages. And how do you keep up to date with all of this stuff going on, to be on the top?
There are two things. First, in Russian language, there is one famous website called Habr.
Okay.
And it's devoted to IT technologies. And basically, if you just subscribe it to this website, it keeps you totally up to date in everything what happens regarding IT. And it's funny that it's interesting that there is no English language alternative. I mean, in English world, there are like few websites, and you can read about startups on this website, and about maybe CSS and HTML in this website. and like there are like many sources, but in Russian language it's very cool that we have like one source. You go there and you just keep up to date with everything. That's very cool.
Wow. Yeah, we'll need to share this website. I mean, I'll ask you later about it.
Yeah, sure.
And
I
then,
think they started to make English version, but I'm not sure yet if it works good.
oh, that is great. That's a great tip. Yeah, people is asking for the website name.
Yeah, I can just type it.
Maybe you can type it down. Yeah, yeah.
I'm not sure if they have a good English version.
But I guess you guys have to start learning some Russian. That's a good good motivation. Oh yeah, and you mentioned that there were two things. What was this other thing for?
Yeah, and the second thing, Topcoder. I mean, especially when I compete, I learn a lot. Like when I compete, because like just if I saw interesting challenge and if I didn't know, I just learn and compete. And this way, I really learn a lot. Yeah. Because one thing is just to read about new stuff, and another thing when you can just give it a try. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's not the same just reading, and then the knowledge becomes solid when you practice it, and especially when you make mistakes. That's when you learn most. Yeah.
And also before I've been reading Twitter, and I was subscribed to a few people like which I think good in their domain, and this was one of the source. But now I quit reading Twitter because it's a lot of not so good stuff.
Yeah, too much noise, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I think the time it came the time to ask the question from the AMA. But before jumping into these questions, I just have one, personal question that I always like to ask to all the guests, and it's about it's about habits, that we normally we tend to have some kind of routines, for our performance, let's say to have a good day, or to work well. How does a good day looks to you? I mean, in terms of habit, when you wake up, what do you read, and what do you eat? How does a typical day in your life look like?
So I wake up. I always cover my bed. I mean, like make it.
You make your bed,
because
right?
because I work at home. So I like when it's nice here. I mean, I don't like to keep mess because I stay there all day generally.
Yeah.
And and then first of all, I make coffee, actually cappuccino.
Okay.
Every morning. Yeah. And this is how I started. And then I work maybe for a couple of hours, and then I cook breakfast. Usually just eggs, bread, maybe salmon, salad every day also.
That's great.
Yeah, and then I keep working. Then for the lunch, I usually go out. There is like a place where you just buy. It's not fancy restaurant. They just cook like home kind of food, and it's not expensive, so I can go here like almost every day. And so then I work again. And in the evening I like to go out somewhere, because like I don't like staying home all the day. So because I work at home, so at evening I like to go somewhere. It could be at the social dances. It could be, now I started doing yoga. And it could be swimming pool. I also started doing swimming pool.
Oh, that's great.
Just,
or
running.
Running too, man.
Yeah.
We also have a co-pilot. I think you heard of Gold Star. He runs marathons. And
no. I just started, and I'm trying to make a habit of it.
Oh, that's great. It's
not easy.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about building new habits. When there are things that we didn't try before, they may be a little bit hard at the beginning. There's a whole science about it, and yeah, it sounds pretty much balanced. And I really like your first one about making your bed. Because something that I also do. First thing I wake up, I also do that. I make my bed, is keeping it clean and neat, and it's kind of like setting up your day to be this way too. I mean, organized. And this also has something I read. It has a psychological effect about making it the small thing that you can control and make actually being aware of things that you cannot control. And if something goes bad in your day, I mean, at least you started your day by controlling the one little thing that you could do, which was making your bed. The rest is all random and let's say something bad things can happen. And yeah, that's a great, solid, balanced habit day for you. And yeah, sadly for me, because I like to ask many questions, but yeah, I have to keep my time restrained to 30 minutes. I'm going to share my screen to okay, all panelists. Okay, cool. I'm going to share my screen with the questions that we received from the members in the forum. So you let me know if you can see something that says AMA with Maxceem.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, cool. So the first question that we have comes from, this is anonymous, but yeah, the question is, why Topcoder and not other platforms such Freelancer, Upwork, TopTal, etc.?
Yeah, so from the time when I was a freelancer, I mean, working as a freelancer is not actually easy work, because you have to keep all the relations with customers. And in Topcoder, for example, as developer, as competitor, you don't have to get in touch with customers. I mean, Topcoder already manage that part. And you just you take part in challenges and you just do technical part. And because it's other skills required, and some customers are good, but some customers are not so nice. Yeah, so this is the first thing I like. The second thing, when you work directly with customers, for example, you done job, but then they ask, okay, but can you just edit this? Can you make this change? And it's also hard to keep keep it under control, because some often, especially, I don't know, maybe now it's better, but 10 years ago when I started, it was like this, that customers always wanted to get more, make some edits for free. It takes time from you, because they say, okay, you made it, but now I don't like this, can you change this, and so on and so on. And in Topcoder there is no such thing. So when you took part in challenge, you've done, that's all. Nobody actually can ask anything from you except for additional money. I mean, as soon as your work is accepted, that's all. And that's also cool, because it you may take under control your time. It's not again and again. And TopTal, I didn't try it, just and it's quite, I think it's quite a high barrier. I mean, to enter TopTal, I guess you have to put quite a lot of effort, because you have to come through review, through interview, and so on and so on. And in Topcoder, you just come and that's all. You just submit your work, and nobody asks questions from you.
Yeah, you prove your talent by doing, right?
Yeah.
I think I get the point of for developers somehow getting the burden out of client management and expectations, setting expectations and rules and payments and all of these things. Yeah, I agree that Topcoder makes that easier with the with the pipeline, how it works. Definitely agree with that. And I didn't try any of the other platforms, but I get your point. And the next question comes from the Prince Boy. I think he's a developer. And he says, how do you find clients as a freelancer?
Okay, so I think the biggest outcome I get if I pay forward, because what I mean, when you come to freelance website, there are a lot of freelancer fighting for customers. I mean, if you see, they're usually customer publish some job, and maybe there are 50 replies there, and customer has to choose someone. And especially if you are not top freelancer with some super cool rating, that could be very hard to get attention from customers. So usually what I did, I tried to make small things for them in advance. For example, customer makes some post about, and he has some problem. And I tried to make some quick solution if I can to him and just send it immediately. For example, maybe he has bug. If he has small bug, for example, I just solve this bug and send solution for him. And this how you can make your offer stand out of others, because like if customers already see solved solution, he could be very happy. Or if it's big thing, I can just make maybe small proof of concept and see like here's quick proof of concept how it could work, for example. Of course you can spend time and get nothing because customer haven't choose you, but that helps to like bring attention to you. But you can only make it if you see that customers, you have to check profile of customers. If this customer is good, I mean, if he just knew one, maybe he just come one time, that's not good customer to make job in advance to him. But if you see this like very good customer with long history who like pay good, then it's worth trying. Maybe you will get one good one.
And I guess that this happens in platforms as freelancer.com, right? Like
I think I never used freelancer.com. Like at the time I used I forgot, it was another one which was merged with Upwork. I forgot what's his name, but now it's Upwork.
Orc, something like that. I don't remember.
And also I tried Russian ones, Russian language ones, but I would not recommend them.
There may be plenty of options to know that. I mean, that these are different. The model is different than Topcoder, where you have to run challenges. Well, right now that we have gigs too, there's a kind of there's an application process where you post your resume and you receive a couple of interviews. A little bit similar in the sense of, you know, like finding a job, and they also have challenges. So these models are totally different as the regular freelancer websites where they have postings and you have to to bid. Okay. I think that's a good tip for persons who people who searches for those types of options too, right? And we have another one, a little bit compromising, but it's up to you. This is up to you if you want to reply. But this person asks, what is the highest, I guess, amount of money you have made in a month through Topcoder? He said, this is AMA, so you should answer smiley.
I think that was like 7,000 something.
Wow, in 1 month, like you remember.
Like maybe like 7,000, like 500, let's say, something like that.
That should.
But I did it as competitor, as Copilot. I haven't managed to reach that point yet.
Not yet. Well, I guess that amount covers quite nice, some good amount of time in Bali, so most have paid off.
That was very nice.
Okay, thank you for sharing that, by the way, because we know that finances is compromising. And the next one is your advice for someone who is just starting with dev challenges in Topcoder.
So there are like two advices. If you just starting and you're not very good like in tech stack you would like to work on, then just it's better to take part in competitions. Like there is like already some code there, like some stuff is done, and challenge asks just to make another feature, like similar to what they already had probably. Then you can look at code which already done and make like similar. It's much easier because you have example code. It's like, and you can just like change it, look how it's done, and just do similar way. So this is like, for me, it's like great way of learning. And the second thing, if you're already good, but you would like to increase like your winning rate, you won, but sometimes there are like many people participate. So in such thing, like what I did, I tried to choose challenges which are not sexy for people. I mean, like which, for example, maybe it's boring, or maybe technologies are not so interesting or not so popular. And then often it appears that there is only you or maybe two people compete, and you almost always get money. That's very nice, because there are no big competition, because there are like challenges which looks very good money, very clear and kind of easy, straightforward task, but there are like 6 people submit, and then chances to win are very small. So you just spend time, but yeah, you spend time with easy work, but you like with big chance you don't get anything. But if you choose maybe not so interesting, but then your chances to get like money are bigger.
Yeah, that's a very interesting approach to, you know, to board challenges. And yeah, I totally agree with that one. I used to take that path often. And yeah, it's a great tip, guys, to join the challenges that maybe most people find boring. If you're, I mean, if you're starting, if you want to win, because yeah, that may reduce the chances of, you know, high participation, and increase your chances of winning or getting some placements. And yeah, it makes me think of something I read some time ago. It says something about um, easy choices, hard life; hard choices, easy life. It's a kind of represent this. Like, you know, it's hard because it's boring, or is, let's say, it's not something that is very popular, or whatever, what have you. It's going to be hard in the process, but then it's going to make things easier in the end.
Yeah, exactly.
And we have a next one. Name 2 developers handles in Topcoder who do you admire the most, and why?
Actually, I don't have like answer to this question, because for example, I don't have like favorite bands, I don't have favorite actors, favorite movies. Like I'm not getting used to have such stuff, but like there are like some things which I like in some members. Yeah, like some people have their like strengths and like weakness, so there are like some things I like. I don't remember exact nickname, but there is one reviewer. I think he's from China. His handle is something like Wenchun. I forgot, but he is so cool reviewer. So yeah, I think that's correct, Nursultan. Yeah, I mean, he does just amazing reviews. Even when I was participant, you know, usually when reviewer like cut down your score, you kind of not happy and maybe a bit angry on reviewer. You maybe not agree with the reviewer, and that's why like you become angry. But this reviewer, like, I mean, sometimes I was just happy to get feedback from him, because I was like, wow, the way you think, because he not only he found issues, because some reviewers found issues like on the surface, maybe like that, yeah, and yeah, there are issues, but when you think that, yeah, that's not a big deal, I mean, this are small issues, but this reviewer, I don't know how to pronounce his handle correctly, so yeah, he found issues like really valuable, like, I mean, like, and I understand that what he found really has to be fixed, and this is like really valuable feedback from him. And like, I was always like so like I don't know, astonished by his work, how he does it. And when I did review, I tried to follow his approach as much as I can.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And yeah, so this is like, I think that's it, like one person I can totally admire.
Well, yeah, the guys in the chat are saying that, yeah, he's a great reviewer. We should send him some congratulations and ask him for some tips. Yeah, but I get the point. It's very valuable when you read something, a feedback that really teaches you like really the nitty gritty of the things that you're trying to learn. So it's super valuable to count on this kind of feedback. And hey, by the way, there's something here that struck my attention too when you said that you didn't have you're not going to you're not to going to you're not gonna be saved from not answering this one. And did you say that you didn't have any favorite actors, any favorite bands? And you know the question,
Yeah.
the follow-up question is why? Why? Why is that?
No, it just happened. I mean, like, because it's common stuff to ask people, what's your favorite actor, or what is your favorite band, like, what is your favorite movie or book? And I always like struggling to answer such questions because, like, I don't know, like, different stuff have like different benefits, or like this time I enjoy this movie, this time I enjoy another movie, they for different mood. So it's hard to say like which one is favorite.
Yeah. So the answer to these questions is it depends.
Yeah, that's like
pretty much it.
Or music, like I like to listen different kind of music, depend on mood. And even if I like this music very much, after some time I get bored by it and I'd like to have another one.
Yeah. And for work, what type of music do you use for working? Do you listen salsa for working, or?
No, usually I cannot work and listen to the music, unfortunately. Usually I prefer silence.
Yeah.
For a long time in summer, I don't know, sometimes I had to stay in the place of my friend with his family, because when I came to Ukraine, I have to spend lockdown in one place for 2 weeks, and I have to give this address because I couldn't give address of my parents, because if I give it, my father cannot go to the job. So that's why I cannot come back to them. I have to stay in different place and give different address. So I stand with them, and this was like many people, it was noisy. That's why I prefer to listen to the music, and I listened Billie Eilish for 2 weeks.
Okay.
During the work.
Yeah, I know her. My sister made me listen to her, and at first I was skeptical about her talent, but yeah, she's super talented, and it can be relaxing the way she sings.
Yeah, that's like very nice.
Yeah. And she released a new album, by the way, for those fans, Billie Eilish fans.
Okay, I will check it out later.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And again, I'm still in the time of the people who ask questions in the forum. You see why you don't have to let me speak, man. So sorry about that. Let's go to the next question. And this is again another favorite question. Who's your favorite copilot when you were just starting with Topcoder, and why?
My favorite copilot was Gonzo, if you know.
Gonzo, yeah, I know him.
Yeah, first of all, because his challenge were the first challenge I started to win. So there was like one, he like led one project, and I started to participate in the series of his challenges, and like I won some of them. So that's why I liked it. Second of all, after some time, I worked on Connect application as a developer, and he was Copilot, and he gave me private tasks. Again, cool. good attitude from Copilot. And the last thing that's a bit funny. After some time, I was proposed to become a Copilot.
Yeah.
And and they bring me to Connect App, so I become a Copilot of Connect App. And cool. I felt a bit sorry, because I felt like it seems like they, how to say, Gonzo lose his project as Copilot on Connect because they bring me. I was a bit like, how to say, like felt sorry about that. I mean, I didn't do anything for that. It just like, it feels not nice for me.
Yeah.
And only after some time I understood that like it's not a big thing, because there are like other projects, so that's fine.
Yeah, it's totally normal. It happens. You can spend some time in a project, then maybe move to another one, and that kind of things that can happen.
Yeah, that time I didn't know, so I feel like about a bit sorry, like not comfortable about that fact.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he took it well. Like Gonzo is a pretty cool guy. I guess that you met him in 2018 because
I met him in TCO, that time.
Yeah, he was there too.
At that time, I learned that he is not angry on me.
Cool. That makes things easier, better when when you see
Yeah,
people face to face and Topcoder open, and yeah, that's great. And okay, the next question: if you had to start doing Topcoder from scratch, what would you do differently?
yeah, there's one thing I would do differently. I would start Topcoder much more earlier.
Uh,
This is the only one thing I regret when I started Topcoder. Like, oh my gosh, how didn't I know earlier about this?
yeah,
That was
man.
my main regret when I started Topcoder.
Yeah, man. Well, well. You still have it, and we hope that we can still have you for for more time from here. And okay, we ended up with the questions from the Google form. I'm gonna stop sharing, and we're gonna move through the live chat questions. I'm going to read the questions. If you guys have some questions, there's a Q&A button. I can see that there are some already here. The first one comes from Suhasis Saha. Okay, this is kind of similar. I think, what is your advice for a starter in the world of Topcoder among all different options like challenges, competitive programming, and gig?
I think challenges are the best because you just can try. Like, you don't have to do anything. You can try and you can make money from this. You can, if you don't win money, you learn. If you win money, you get money.
Yeah,
I
right.
think like perfect.
Yeah, that would be kind of the default option to learn and with the possibility of earning money income. And that is great. And as you said at the beginning, I couldn't believe it that these people would pay this amount of money for work, for competitions. Yeah. Well, I'm reading the chat. I think, I think we have all the questions replied, and yeah, we're ready to wrap it up. It's been a great experience, Maxime. I mean, learning your journey about how you found out about the perks that you had in your life for traveling and living in any destinations that you wanted, and finding ways to earn income from Topcoder, outside of Topcoder, just going with the flow, and being able to sustain this type of lifestyle, and that you're enjoying it with your dances and salsa, and it's such a great experience and learning experience for everyone. And thank you again for making it today here. And well, the stage is all yours to say goodbye if you have some words you want to share.
Thanks for inviting. I think that's all. I said everything I could.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been a great experience, and thank you all for watching, for joining us here. It's always a pleasure to deliver this type of content with members and getting to know each other. And as always, stay well, and thank you for coming. Very grateful for that. Have a good day, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are right now, and see you in the next episode. Bye bye, guys.
Thanks everyone. Bye.